Well, hello there, it's Adam Eason here. As you may well have seen on social media and on the convention website, we're currently sharing video clips from our presenters for this year's UK Hypnosis Convention. They're just explaining a little bit about what we can expect from their lectures and presentations this year. And so I wanted to record one myself in respect of our academic speakers. As those of you that were present in 2019 will know, when I took over the reins of the UK Hypnosis Convention, I wanted to distinguish our event from others that the frontline hypnotherapy field attended, and also to do my best to heighten the awareness among frontline hypnotherapists of important researchers, prominent academics, as well as groundbreaking clinicians, and building upon the feedback that we received from the 2019 event. I've organised a collection of what I consider to be wonderful academics, clinicians and researchers in the main lecture theatre on the Saturday of the convention. I'm hoping that there's a lot of great value to anyone that's a hypnotherapist. Of course, there's a wide range of other presentations for those that are less interested in these presentations. I'm particularly excited today because we've booked and now confirmed the flights from the US for our keynote speaker, Irving Kirsch. For those that are unaware, Irving is Associate Director of the Program in Placebo Studies and Lecturer on Medicine at the Harvard Medical School. He's also Emeritus Professor of Psychology at the University of Hull here in the UK and the University of Connecticut back in the US. He's a visiting professor at Plymouth University. He's published 10 books, more than 250 scientific journal articles, 40 book chapters on a range of topics, including placebo, antidepressant medication, hypnosis, and suggestion. He's originated a number of concepts that are really important within the field of hypnosis. His 2002 meta-analysis on the efficacy of antidepressants influenced official guidelines for the treatment of depression here in the UK. And there's much more besides. He was listed by the British Psychological Society as one of the 10 most controversial psychology studies ever published, within some of the things that he shared within his career. His Saturday presentation is titled "Using Hypnosis as a Non-Deceptive Extra Strength Placebo," and he's going to speak about the similarities between hypnosis and the placebo effect, including how both affect similar clinical conditions, expectancy manipulations that can enhance both placebo and hypnotic responding, that neither requires the presence of a trance state, and that like placebos, hypnotic inductions have no specific components. He'll present the notion that suggestion is the active ingredient in both. I think it promises to be really exciting. He's also obviously going to be delivering the keynote at the gala dinner on Saturday, and I'll be announcing some further details about that in coming weeks. I'm also delighted that we're flying in from Budapest in Hungary, Dr. Eva Bányai, who's going to be the presentation is entitled "Basic Research with Interactional Perspective on the Nature of Hypnosis." She's going to be sharing a lot of research findings and their therapeutic implications. For those people not aware of Eva Bányai, back in the 1970s, she spent a fellowship year researching with the famed hypnosis researcher Ernest Hilgard at Stanford University, where she developed active alert hypnosis. It's a much better known subject today, but she pioneered it and developed it that time ago. She's won awards, an amazing number of awards around the world. And full details of her presentation can be found at the convention website. It's a really rare opportunity for her to step into an event like this, and I'm really delighted. Such was his popularity at the 2019 convention that I invited back Devon Terhune, who's going to be presenting on the topic of revisiting the link between verbal suggestion, hypnosis, and psychopathology. Devon Terhune, he's a reader in the Department of Psychology at Goldsmiths University, London. He directs the suggestion lab there, and his research draws on methods and theories from cognitive neuroscience, psychometrics, psychiatry, with an aim to characterize some of the neurocognitive and neuropsychiatric profiles of individuals who are highly responsive to suggestion. Devon is probably the most prolific and important researcher of hypnosis here in the UK today. And like I said, he's going to be drawing upon a number of lines of evidence from his own research and others in the fields of cognitive neuroscience, psychiatry, and experimental hypnosis to challenge some accepted or previously accepted perspectives of hypnosis. We're also going to be welcoming Peter Naish. Peter spent much of his time in academia researching hypnosis. He also carried out some important research for the Ministry of Defence, and it was there that he became involved with the issue of PTSD. He spotted some parallels and developed some novel approaches to explore the nature of those connections. He's held the post of president of the section of hypnosis and psychosomatic medicine at the Royal Society of Medicine. He's got the same role currently with the British Society of Clinical and Academic Hypnosis. He's a strong advocate of the public dissemination of science, and he's a regular speaker at the British Science festivals. He's lectured at the Science Museum, the Dana Centre for Brain, and the Science on the Fringe during Edinburgh Festival. He was a Professor Emeritus at the Open University for a lengthy period of time as well. And his talk is going to outline some of the neural and epigenetic mechanisms that underpin some people's reaction to severe trauma. And he's going to show a really surprising number of parallels between the characteristics of PTSD and the phenomena of hypnosis. And it potentially gives hypnosis a unique role in the treatment of PTSD. We're also welcoming Peter Worrell, the Director of Neurogastroenterology at the Wythenshawe Hospital and Professor of Medicine and Gastroenterology at the University of Manchester. And he's going to be talking about irritable bowel syndrome, challenges and treatment with a particular focus on hypnotherapy. The first ever journal publication, a peer-reviewed journal publication from the field of hypnosis to appear in the Lancet, the prestigious Lancet journal, was published by Peter and his colleagues in this regard. And over the years, he continues to work with over 600 new patients with irritable bowel syndrome every year. He has over 300 publications in a variety of books and peer-reviewed journals, and runs a hypnotherapy unit for undertaking and continues to undertake research in this regard. It's going to be great to hear what he has to say. Myself, I'm going to be presenting on the subject of self-hypnosis, the Bournemouth paradigm. The reason I refer to the Bournemouth paradigm is that I think up until now, the biggest and most comprehensive research project in the field of hypnosis was in the 70s and 80s by Erica Fromm, who wrote a book that was Self-Hypnosis, the Chicago Paradigm. So it's, I'm sort of doffing my cap to that body of research a little bit. The investigation of self-hypnosis has actually stagnated in comparison to hetero-hypnosis since the 1980s, despite the rise in the popularity of other techniques such as meditation and mindfulness. In my lecture, I'm going to be showing how my research alongside Dr. Ben Paris here at Bournemouth University is seeking to revitalise the exploration of self-hypnosis by arguing that there are unique benefits associated with self-hypnosis for the field of hypnosis in general. So we're going to be sharing some. I'm going to be sharing some highlights of our research and some of the things that we've done, and evaluate some important studies that compare self and hetero hypnosis, but primarily in terms of their effectiveness as well as phenomenology, people's subjective experience, and I'm going to be talking about and demonstrating the theoretical importance and perhaps even some controversy and implications of the very existence of such a thing as self-hypnosis. I'm going to argue that self-hypnosis is as clinically effective as hetero-hypnosis, and a few more findings as well. I'm going to be drawing upon published systematic review and meta-analysis of clinical trials, as well as this will be the first time that I'm going to present some of the results before they are published in academic journals as well. I hope there's something there that's whetting your appetite and piquing your interest. In addition to lots of the other things that we're going to be showcasing at the UK Hypnosis Convention this year. Tickets and further information can be found at ukhypnosisconvention.co.uk. I really look forward to seeing you and welcoming you there. I send you my very best wishes. Bye for now.